You still think that these things are gonna save you? That they're somehow going to save me? I don't know the answer to that. You're avoiding the inevitable. You know what you have to do. You know what needs to be done to return me, but you don't want to become like me, do you? It's not that. It's just I can't be sure that that's the only way. You're weaker now, more vulnerable. Yeah, well, I'm still breathing, aren't I? Fair. It sounds like they're in trouble. Anyway, the smoke, and there's explosions. We need to know more. Elliot, if helping them doesn't work, I will perform the rite. I'll just have to find the right person to sacrifice. Who is still innocent in a world full of the walking dead? Any soul will do. Yeah, that's not your choice, is it? Kia ora, Legionnaires. Rycon here, and welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. No Hope, where Dusk finds herself out the front of the Exodes compound, and there is thick smoke here. We can also hear kabooms from the north and above, so it seems like some things might be going on here. The doors are still closed currently. Oh my gosh, whoa, okay. There was a lot of gunfire. So I think what's happening here is that there are dead out in the woods here, and the massive guns on this fortress here are firing down at them. We did see some bullets just cascading down. I mean, the shells were cascading down. The bullets we just saw tearing through the night. We have 3 upcycled turrets just ahead of us here, and yeah, we're hearing a lot of gunfire, and we are hearing death as well. Okay, this is fine. This is just fine. Now we are looking a little bit different. In the clear light, we can see that Dusk does not have a raptor tail anymore. I believe it's just gone back to the stubby tail in the last year, so who knows what will happen there. We are still apparently changing. We are still under the influence of the mana mutation, but we've not had anything pop up there. Thankfully, our strength is not as bad as it was, but it's not great. It's still not great. Ah, dear. Well, let's see if we can't find Rubik. Rubik, you're down here, aren't you? Yes, you are. Now, there is the small possibility that Rubik might be able to install some CBMs for us now if we pay him the right stuff. If not, we are going to have to go through with the initial quest, which is going to take us further to the northeast, all the way over there towards their compound there, the strange warehouse. Now, having a look at that one there, find the lost Exode warehouse. It's just find and reboot the local antenna there. Then they'll help us out, potentially, for free. We'll see. Talking to Rubik, though. Hey, buddy. Now, let's see if we can get anything done here. Just trade? Well, there's that, and that's not what we are looking for. I am uncertain why we have pebbles. We have a lot of pebbles on us. Why do we have pebbles? Are we picking up pebbles? Auto pickup manager. Yes. Let's stop picking up pebbles, okay? And we'll just kind of empty our pockets here and just kind of shuffle it to the side. It's fine. Also, I'm sure all the gunfire is totally fine as well. Yeah. Rubik. Yeah, okay. It doesn't look like we really have an option as of yet to install anything new. Okay. That is something that I thought might be a possibility, and indeed that does still seem to be the case here. Now, I do wonder if we could get away with leaving some of our bionics here and have it not be considered stealing when we return. That would be fantastic. So we have the infolink, the dosimeter, power storage, the most important one of all, the radiation scrubber system. That is what we really need above anything else. So we'll be dropping that off for now. Okay, and we are going to be heading back out into the night. So we don't have our dark sight active right now. I think we're going to activate that right before we leave here. Rubik, we'll see you around, buddy. We have places to go, and go we shall. Now, there might be someone else that we could talk to specifically here about operations and whatnot, but no, we are just going to try and get moving here. Of course, I would still love to stop and repair some of our equipment. Our bag of infinite throwing knives, that needs to be repaired. The wizard hat needs to be repaired. Dawn also needs to be repaired, but we'd have to be at a forge or something like that to really be able to do anything to Dawn. For the wizard's hat, it's just cotton, so that should be easy enough for us to do. The rain poncho that we're wearing at the moment is filthy. It's covered in zombie guts, but it is suppressing that internal light that we have that is emitting from us pretty much all the time. So yeah, let's get that door open. We're going to be wandering into these woods. And what I might actually try and do along the way is pick up some more beech nuts. We'll go and knock back some right now. Okay, we're feeling satisfied. I think we'll probably also try and take some multivitamins just for our calcium intake. Everything else is looking pretty high. But yeah, just as we are wandering through the woods here, we are going to... Oh, okay. We're not going to take anything that could be considered to belong to the Exodi. So I guess for now, we'll put that safe mode on. We'll keep on wandering until, as we can see, it now says owner none. That's what we are looking for. And then of course we are looking for these trees here, which are beech trees. That's going to allow us to pick some beech nuts just so that we can keep the grazer Dusk alive for a little while longer. Those calorie needs are super high, remember, so it's just a good way for us to stay topped off while we can, currently in autumn. But at least, you know, the woods are quiet tonight. That ever-present fog that has been here since the start is with us right now, and I think a lot of that fog comes from the pollution of the megacity. Now, there aren't a lot of vehicles in operation anymore, but it's going to take a long time for that fog to dissipate over time. Oh, and that is a giant praying mantis in the dark. Now, looking at the route here, I kind of want to try and get to the end of this road. It could potentially be a watchtower. It could also be a number of other interesting things, but really, we kind of just want to be going as northeast as possible. I'm almost always going to want to check out the end of the roads where we can, just because we can find some very useful and interesting things in those places. So we'll still keep our eyes peeled. We'll put our safe mode back on and we will carry on. Checking in on our beech nuts, we've got 220 of them at the moment, which is a considerable amount. Now, as it is just the start of the new day, our calories have reset, so we still actually have a lot. It's just, it's registering what we've eaten today, so we kind of want to try and spread those calories out across the day. We don't want to eat them all in one sitting if we can avoid that, so I think we'll stop collecting just for a little while here. We will wander through the woods until something stops us, or until we reach the New England Church. I'm sorry, what? The owners of this area are the New England Church something. As you concentrate on your powers, you feel a strange tingling sensation. Okay, what is going on here? What are we approaching? We should be cautious. We don't know what. Okay. And this is the New England Church again. Now that we're on this dirt road, where is this leading? What are we walking towards? A cabin, okay, and a very large... This is a church retreat. Okay, hello, is anyone here? We're going to... do I want to yell out? Simon Weaver. Okay, let's put our blade away for now. Dusk quite literally looks like a demon, so I'm a little concerned here, but we saw him in the kitchen. She enters, the 10-foot tall, forest-dwelling monster that she is. Simon? Hello? You're a cook, huh? Oh, hello, stranger. I don't think we've met before. It's nice to meet you. My name's Simon. Well, he's pleasant, at the very least. Who are you? Where am I right now? Well, this is the New England Community Church. I should say it's one of their old retreats. I'm Simon. I'm the head chef around here. What's your story, Simon? I used to volunteer as a cook in a homeless shelter. I met the church through that job. Their missionaries would come by every so often and hand out essentials to people living there, then give a sermon in one of the back rooms. Catherine and I wound up going to one of their sermons, and we've stayed connected ever since. Working in that shelter taught me to cook on a shoestring budget. That's really useful these days, you know? Okay. Is your family here now? Catherine's probably in the bunks right now, and Jeremiah's next door. Feel free to say hello sometime. Catherine, she's your partner? My wife, yes. Worked for the church before the Cataclysm. She used to organize charities for the needy. Now, we're the ones that are in need of charity. She has a bit of a high horse these days, but a nice lady once you get to know her. We've been married 28 years, and, well, I couldn't ask for a better wife. And Jeremiah? Oh, he's my son. He's a sweet boy. All grown up now. We taught him everything he knows, and we all had high hopes for how he could make it in the world before the world's demise took that away. He doesn't like his mother, Catherine, very much, and I've tried to help the two, but they just can't seem to get along. Why would they have an issue? I'm sorry to pry. Catherine's a bit overprotective ever since the reckoning. She's become extremely worried for his safety. He wants a bit more independence, seeing as he's grown now, but she won't leave him be. She tells me that someone needs to keep an eye on him, so she took it upon herself to do so. I think she has the best intentions at her heart. I know she loves him dearly, but the boy needs to figure out some things on his own. Right. How exactly are you holding up here, the three of you? Well, it could be better, could be worse. I'm not complaining. I have everything I need here. My family, a nice job, a roof over my head. I only wish God was as forgiving to others as to me. Right. I appreciate you talking, Simon, and not, screaming and running away. I can see who's in there. Right. You take care now. I will. Dusk slowly walks away. Well, I think the best thing that Dusk could do for these people right now is kind of get away. I want to leave a note here, though. Return churchfolk. Just so that we know we can come back here, potentially bring these people somewhere else, if it could be safer. And saying that, looks like they're surrounded by a forest here. It is a retreat after all. They're very close to the Exodi, and no doubt the Exodi could potentially keep them safe. I think for now, we are going to head on towards this little crab claw and see what we can find there. We are going to make sure that we have Dawn back out, and we're going to start moving, okay? Oh, Julian. Well, I actually didn't intend to come in here, but hi, Julian. This place is larger than I thought. It wasn't just the one building. Dorm leader. Hey, new face. I'm Julian. I'm in charge of this room. You sticking around or something? I'm just passing through. Julian, you sure? I mean, judging by the look of you, you've been traveling a long time, haven't you? All right, it's your decision. Let me know if you change your mind, though. While I'm here, how are things for you? It's been a struggle, trying to keep this bunch together. Oh, things could have been better here, of course. It could have always been. But sometimes we don't realize how good we have it here. Right, and you mentioned you were a leader, a dorm leader here? Yeah, all I do is work. I don't suppose I could help you all out in any way. Maybe. We're running low on toilet paper. It's not something we can live without, but it's a luxury we can't afford. I can pay you handsomely for it if you find us 10 rolls. I'll keep my eye out, Julian. It's great. Good luck. I'll be back when I can. All right. So yeah, we will keep that in mind. Yeah, we're stalking around this place like some cryptid at 2 a.m. in the morning, because we are a cryptid at 2 a.m. in the morning. You know, as tall as Dusk is, wearing a wizard hat with horns poking through, carrying a blade in her hands that glints when there is no light, wearing a poncho covered in the remains of the dead with a light emitting from underneath, covered in a lattice of bark, pale and gnarled, you know, with fangs and, you know, emitting this radioactivity. Like, I think of it as like that kind of blue glow that you get from reactors. Like, there's always like a little bit of that. And of course the vine limbs as well. But you know, above it all, Dusk is still pretty. So there's that. It's kind of unsettling, I think. Oh yeah, and she's still considered a prey animal, even though she's massive. But hey, she's also a US Marshal, so there's that. Maybe they see the badge. Maybe they see the badge and that's it. They're like, okay, yeah, no, you're all right. Before we go any further, let's drink some tea, eh? Oh, and our teapot actually has some beech nuts in it at the moment, so let's do something about that. We want to unload that, just put the beech nuts away, also drop this subway map, and now we shall drink some nice green tea. We can also just quickly knock back some beech nuts. Oh, and that's a woodland white. So let's draw Dawn back out and let's see how we fare against one of these creatures in the night. It's also a way for us to keep this place a little bit safer. Oh, horns, a wicked bite, and vines all do some serious work. This is 5 strength Dusk, mind you. Yeah, you finish pulping the corpse with nothing but your legs and a trusty, huge kitchen knife. Cool descriptions, Cataclysm. Thank you for that. I like the extra bit of flavor text that we get there. Okay, so we want to try and get as far away from this place as possible to maybe try and keep them a little bit safer. Of course, making our way over towards a beech tree grove. Hot damn. Okay, we're going to put a note here. Yeah. Yes, it is covered in beech trees. I'm just going to say food beech. That way we know. That way we know. Fantastic. Okay, we are approaching one of these ends of the road. Let's see what we're looking at. A trailhead. Okay, all right, so let's make our way up towards the next. And the darkness has lost its shape. So we're going to use a little bit more magic here just to go get that up and active again, because it is a very, very useful spell for us to have going. There we go. We can see once again. Oh, okay. What do we have here? A dairy farm. That is a zombie cow. Okay, is the dairy farm going to have anything that we need? It might just have some regular clothing that we can use instead of what we are currently making use of. We'll also see how we stand against these zombie cows, and another one approaches as we try to pulp the first. Okay, and we can see far, far better than them at the moment. Okay, let's just go pry, we get it open. Okay, what do we got here? Gelatin dessert and nothing else. Nothing else that useful, really. Okay, we will leave that be for now. There's a small welding tank here. Very damaged looking bicycle. We might have some weapons in there, but what I'm looking for here is anything that's actually going to be fitting. We want to swap this poncho out for anything else, really. So a shirt, anything like that would be great. But we really haven't found much in the way. Wow, okay. That's a little surprising. There's a zombull there. So let's get a little bit of space from that. We'll let that kind of head over in our direction. Maybe we should be a little bit concerned about that. We were slammed against the wall there then, so let's just back up. We want to be fighting them one at a time. So yeah, the bull has horns, and it did damage our poncho a little bit there, which is why it's completely... it's just completely destroyed, which is why we cannot see right now. So, for the moment, we are all going to have to get thrown back by that zombie bull again, but really, it didn't manage to actually do all that much damage to us. Our natural armor is just protecting us. Did we take much damage to the rest of our stuff, though? No? But we managed to concentrate throughout all of that, which was really, really good. Dusk just blocking a lot of the damage that bull was able to do with Dawn. So we want to go and put on this polo shirt for the time being. We're wanting to have a look at the encumbrance. The work shirt's going to be a little less encumbering. Okay, there we go. So we can see just that little bit better. Ideally, we find something else other than that, but you know, we'll go with that if we have to. All right. Moving right along, let's just make sure rucksack is still available to us. Wonderful. Livestock scale, and then I guess we've got lots of milking machines. Yeah. Okay. any milk in the tanks? No. I think it's very unlikely that we're going to find much. As you stop concentrating, your mind clears. It's a bit easier now. As we stop concentrating. But we are still concentrating. I guess concentrating with the same level of concentration. This bike is toast. Yeah, that's no good. We're not going to be riding that anywhere. Okay, we will leave that be for now. We are going to continue on, and it's pretty much going to be a direct east kind of walk from now. We're going to try and get to that point there. So we'll turn that on, turn safe mode on, and let's get going. Oh, that's an iron golem. Okay, why would we be seeing an iron golem just out on the road? Could we actually have a wizard's tower naturally spawning in No Hope? Unlikely. I guess there is always a possibility that there could be an iron golem around. Are we going to gain anything from killing this golem? No, not really. Also, I think it's very, very unlikely there's going to be anything just kind of hanging out on the road here. We'll still try and make our way over towards this point. It's far enough away that I don't think the golem would be connected to this place here, but you never know. And I think the darkness has already lost its shape, so we're going to try and see if we can get that back. Maybe it was the focus on dark sight that was causing us to have a little bit of issue with concentrating in general. 64% chance of failure. I guess we are in minimal pain currently. Now, it seems like we've already kind of gotten over our opiate addiction, which is good. In saying that, though, I think it's probably still going to be safer for us to just try and take smaller forms of medication where possible. So ibuprofen will do for now. We'll just take some too. Lots of that. And then let's just try and cast Dark Sight a few more times. See if we can get this going. 64% isn't like crazy bad. So there is still a strong chance of us actually getting this. There we go. Wonderful. We do actually get a little bit better at casting that. What are we looking at here? It's a hunting lodge. Okay, all right. Let's see. The front door is open over here. Good, and now we can actually get into the gear room here because we can just phase straight through this door, which, you know, I feel like that's what we're gonna do. Let's go phase to the other side and let's see what we have here. A swim cap, not that useful to us really. There's some ravioli that we cannot eat. Hexamine stove, some clean water. We've got an Olympic style target bow. Unfortunately, the bows are not going to be that useful to us because we just don't have that much visibility at night. Plus, we've only got one small game arrow here. We might have some others by the looks of things. I mean, there is an AR-15 here. Some broadhead arrows, but nah. There's not enough here to really be useful to us. We'll just go and phase back through here, and ideally, we'll find some clothing on one of the upper levels because usually there is a fair bit of clothing here. Some of these books could be useful. We may actually be able to find some stuff in some of these rooms here. It is a lodge after all. And what do we have there? It's a biker gang jacket. Not what we need though, is it? No. And in here, oh, toilet paper. Okay, sure. 1 down, 9 to go. Let's actually start hitting up bathrooms more frequently to see if we can help our friends out. Okay, what have we got here? Lots of different types of clothing. But what do we want to wear? Honestly, just like an undershirt would be enough to do it because we don't need much. In saying that though, I think wearing something over might be better than trying to wear something that fits under because we can get conflicts. I think no matter what, we're going to have some kind of a conflict here. So let's just maybe try and drop the current shirt that we have on that has a paper wrapper in it currently. The toilet paper. We'll just go and grab that, thank you. A little difficult to see the average encumbrance across the board here. I think we'll just put the undershirt on for now, and we'll see how much that's kind of screwing with us. Our torso really isn't bad. 29 encumbrance, that's okay. That's the scabbard, the undershirt that we're wearing, and yes, it is saying that it is, wearing it outside the distributed bark is going to be a problem because it's meant to be worn close to the skin. I guess we could maybe get away by just wearing something more normal than something that we're meant to wear on our underlayer. Like the waistcoat, for example. A sweater is just going to be a little bit too much for the moment, I think. No, it's going to have an effect no matter what. Okay. Okay, so we'll take the waistcoat off. We'll just go with the undershirt. Sure. The total encumbrance is a little bit less, which that's good for us in the long run. Nothing in the fridges. Okay. And yeah, that's kind of everything here, I believe. As this is going to lead us to the outside, I think. Oh, cool. There was an alarm. Of course there was. We can very quickly see what's going on over here for now. I think that's still worth it. Let's get Dawn back out. Let's go see. We do have a few dinosaurs in the night that we're wandering past, so there might be a nesting ground around here. It does look like there was a nesting ground back there. Are we likely to actually find any eggs? Doesn't look like it. I think they've probably hatched relatively recently. I mean, it's autumn, so maybe not. I'm not 100% up to date on dinosaur hatching patterns. Okay, we've just walked through some alien moss and some alien trees. That's intriguing. What do we have at the end of the line here? A blue jay and a dino who is barking at us underfed. A feathered bipedal dinosaur standing as tall as a human. It's like a reptilian ostrich, I see. Okay, and this is a orchard stall. We can definitely hear some dead here. So I don't think we want to hang around. No, especially when there are dinos kind of sniffing for us. We'll examine this vehicle. It's pretty damaged. It's a hybrid car, but yeah, it's not looking good. I think we might actually be able to get in here and maybe get something out of this. Cigars and an umbrella. So yeah, no. I think we'll just keep on keeping on, Dusk. And let's just head directly east at this stage. Oh, I should note that we are losing our stamina very, very quickly right now. Why is that? We are not carrying over our total amount, but we seem to be losing stamina there. Why was that? Is it something that's actively happening now? Interesting. Do we have anything covering our mouth? No. No more than normal? Interesting. Why would we be losing stamina just from walking? That's concerning. Well, it doesn't seem like we're actually losing that much now, but ooh, we got a fence here. We have a fence. What are we looking at? A state park. I was like, a skate park? No, it's a state park. Well, that's nice. There might be some vehicles here. It's very, very unlikely. Yeah, there's a small office, and that's about it. Okay, so that's that. Let's follow this along now. It looks like that might be... We might be coming up towards... Ooh, you're in good condition. Yeah, we might be coming up towards a town, potentially. So the controls are completely trashed. The car battery is good. The engine is faulty. We've got some granola here and some mineral water. We'll eat the granola just to have a little bit of a change of pace than just eating beech nuts. We'll see if they've got anything super cool back here. I mean, some pretty decent stuff, all things considered. But yeah, I'm kind of half tempted to take the flares, really. We pick up one of the flares, I think. No, it does look like we got them all. Okay, this has been such a different kind of little mini arc for Dusk, being away from the megacity, because we're able to make so much more progress. Like, a very, very large amount of progress considered to how much we actually get done when we're moving through those heavily populated areas. And I mean, that makes sense, right? Got a budget town car here. What we're doing is we're looking for maps. That's going to be a reliable way for us to get information about where the heck we are. Oh, we've lost our dark sight. So we will go and cast that again. It looks like it'll be a little bit easier for us to do that. Good. We're not in quite as much pain as we were before. And yeah, I thought this road might actually be kind of leading towards a town or a city. It does look like it does continue on from this point. We could start to, from the east and below we hear pow, pow, pow. There is a lab around here. Okay, I was going to say, I'm half tempted to follow that northern road, but I think we're going to follow this eastern road just for a little bit longer. That is... Okay, that's fine. No entrances, no offshoot roads. Let's just start heading up towards the northeast then. And there is a road here. We're hearing a terrible shriek from the south. We've discovered yet another vehicle in the dim light. And we have a smartphone that we might just be able to get something from. It's got 1 charge currently. We can make that better. Let's activate this. Recover. Simple recovery. Erasing all the data inside advanced. Yeah, no. If it's locked, I see. So it did say that it was locked on it. I just missed that. But yeah, if it's locked, it ain't going to be much good to us. Duct tape. I thought for a second that would have been toilet paper, but it's not. That's okay. So this road actually does kind of seem to be heading in the direction of where we want to go, to a degree. I don't think it's going to start changing. No. Okay, so back into the fields, into the forests we go, wandering towards this point that the Exodi pointed out to us quite a long time ago. And is this a river? Okay, that might complicate things. Let's see. We might be on the wrong side of the river. Oh boy. Yep, that seems like that's the case. Well, we know that there's a bridge up there. Okay. There could also potentially be a bridge down this way. We know for certain there is one to the northeast. So let's start to make our way over towards that one and avoid the shallow water where we can. Okay, well, we've reached one of the ends of the road here. It does seem to just continue down. So I think we're pretty much going to follow that up just to the side of it now until we hit that bridge. Hang on. That's an interesting message. The night feels like it's dragging on for eternity. What does that mean? What does that mean, Cataclysm? We've not seen that message before. It could mean that Dusk is just really tired, and that's a new indicator for that. Or there could be some weird event taking place. Now, we are approaching a bridge, so we want to be cautious when we get to the other side that we aren't going to be dealing with landmines. We've got a hatchback here, seemingly pretty good. It just doesn't have battery, diesel, faulty engine. Okay, right. And in the front here, no maps, chewing tobacco, and that's about it. We'll crack open the back, and nothing. In saying that, we've got some tape. We will take it. And there are some painkillers here as well. So we'll have a look at taking those with us. We can actually have a look at taking some of those right now. Just take 2 for the moment, Dusk. Take it easy. We're still in recovery here. We have our safe mode on. Okay. Oh, so this is why it's important to pay attention to map indicators. Yeah, we've got one right here that says minefield. So remembering how the minefields work in Cataclysm, it's less likely that the mines are actually on this side of the bridge. They're more than likely going to be on the other because, yeah, here we have military tents, so this is where everyone was based. The mines are going to be on the other side of here. So we'll just go through, we'll see what's around. I don't think there is going to be much here at all. We're going to have a lot of hidden Stanek magazines. Hidden, or rather hides contents. Okay. Recoil is a magazine. Okay, yeah, sure. And we have dead bodies in the barbed wire. Okay, so it's all swamps around here. Cool. Okay, and it looks like we're going to be going towards a minefield. So we are going to go further to the south to avoid said minefield. We've just lost the shape of the darkness, so we want to get that back. Let's give shape to that. As our sight is restored, we can continue on. Now, we've used about half of our mana pool at the moment. We're in a swamp, which is a dangerous place to be on a good night. And this is a night that seems to be stretching on forever. So I don't know if at dawn the sun is going to rise or if something else peculiar is going to happen. Either way, we've just discovered a stream, okay, and a large cardboard box at the end of said stream. Nothing in it. That's the first stream that I've seen in Cataclysm, so that's a nice little addition there. And another just through the forest here. So we are in newly generated terrain, I think, but it's pretty much a direct southeast run. Hello there, zombie. towards our goal. So let's go cautiously. As I was saying about the swamps, it does bring the dead because water. Oh, we daydream of a crackling fire. Well, that's something that we can do something about. There's a large box here. That's not what I wanted to do. That's fine. I guess we had to ignite it first. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. So I activated the ever-burning torch, and we now have a actual allosaurus. A allosaurus that is grabbing us in its mouth. Okay. Awaken telekinesis. Can we use megakinesis here to try and throw it away? We're going to try. Megakinesis. Oh no, we lose all of our concentration as our powers rage out of control. For a moment there. Okay, can we try that again? Please and thank you. Megakinesis. Yes, thank you. We want to shove it that way. Did that work? No, I don't think it did. It's too heavy. And now our stamina is toast. Well then, that's great. It's time to use a spell. We're going to use Lesser Quantum Tunnel to give us a little bit of distance from this thing. It can't see us right now. That's great. Dusk, have a breather. We need to get back to our stuff. We need to get our lifting field back active. That was dangerous. And the oppressive weight vanishes. That's good to know. That's very good to know. Our focus starts to go up slightly. The Allosaurus is stalking around in the darkness, attempting and failing to find us. Okay, this is fine. So let's get our lifting field active. I think that we also had momentum alteration active as well, but lifting field needs to come first. There we go. Wonderful. We'll get a little bit more stamina back. We do have our safe mode turned on, so if anything wanders into view like that, it is going to warn us. Okay, so ideally we don't face that right now, and ideally we don't set any fires, or if we do, we use a different means to do that. Okay, I do think it's still probably a good idea for us to have momentum alteration active, just because we get less damaged when we get thrown around, and that does happen. Okay, you can't cast any of the spells you know of. Well, that's a lie. We just cast something. Now, here's what we should do. We need to get that rucksack over here. So we're going to go to our telekinesis. We're going to go to far hand. We are going to go to far hand, and we're going to pull that on over towards us. Wonderful. That worked very well. Now we are going to go and insert into the lifting field the rucksack, which immediately lights us up because the torch was already lit. Time to run. Time to run, get a bit of distance, and extinguish the torch as soon as we can. Now, unfortunately, this torch seems to take quite a while to extinguish, but I think we should be able to do it fast enough. No, we can't. Man, that torch sucks. Okay, this is fine. What we are going to do is we are going to use our awakened teleporter. There's two different things that we can do here. Blink, uses next to no stamina, puts us somewhere random. Will fail if the volume of your carried gear is too great. I don't think it's too great. We just teleport somewhere else. Wonderful. I love it. It's so good. Embrace the inner Nightcrawler, you know? Okay, so let's turn our safe mode back on, and we are going to carry on. Okay, there's a lot of black puddings around. That's fine. And we're here, east of Harmony. Okay. The warehouse. The Exodi warehouse. Okay, so we are gonna go slow. Mission successfully completed. We have made it. There is casings outside of here. Okay. No high-powered weaponry, please. Okay, it does seem Exodi, you know, the way that the sand sits outside of these structures. Zomborgs. We see them in the night. A mix of dead, even deadlier technology. So, let's just do a little test here. They can't see us right now. We're going to go for a force shove on this one here. We're going to try and shove it. You shove the target off their feet. Not what I wanted to. Hang on. That's knockdown. Force shove didn't work. I guess because it's not big enough. So there's actually a few different things that we can do with these entities here. Let's also before we go any further, we want to go for Electric Eye, because that's going to allow us to see them in the dark. It's also just like a very good spell for us to have as well, and it doesn't cost us that much to cast from memory. So that's going to be under our Storm Shaper, Electric Eye, 400 mana, lasts for an hour. We need our hands free to be able to cast it. So, Storm Shaper, Electric Eye. Okay, now wow, that's quite a few. So, can we just bypass them? We might be able to do that. Can we just phase inside here? That might be the play. Now remember, we can just mind hammer things wherever we see them. That might be a good Exodi inside there though. We don't know that. So let's go Awaken Teleporter. We want to go phase and phase through here. We find ourselves inside. Okay, there is light looking around the corner there. That's an Exodi worker. Okay, ignoring us currently. That's good. That's good. So many of them on the outside. Okay, and I don't think that this Exodi worker up here is going to cause us any trouble. We can't talk to them. All right, so what we are looking for is the signal thing, which may be up top. The lid is more tightly sealed than you think. Rusted metal crates. Okay. There's also what looks to be like a switchboard down here. Nothing can be examined. All right, let's go up. And what is that there? Locator antenna. Okay, it does. So it's a small metal pole solidly fixed to the roof. It does not look activated, but there is a small set of holes near its base. Maybe something should be plugged in for one to reboot it. The locator reactivates. We have done it. That is a mission accomplished, Dusk. I believe, like, actually accomplished now. Oh, Ruby also wanted us to bring 1,000 units of anesthetic to him as well. That is certainly something that we have to do. But that is that done. The locator beacon has been activated just like that. But there's still a lot of undead out the front here. And there may be something Dusk can do about that. Because, well, the Exodi know where this place is now, for certain. The locator beacon certainly helps, but with all this out the front, that does cause a bit of a problem. Maybe the Exodi have a way to reverse what has happened to them. But if they have the means to do that, then surely, if Dusk is to make them inoperable, that they will be able to fix that problem even easier then. We will decide in the next, but Dusk needs to make it back to the Exodi, and maybe she can do so with a large amount of anesthetic, but she'll only find that in the towns that are nearby. The great odyssey that Dusk has been on is reaching that point once again where return to home will be an option. Dusk is trying to avoid the darker route to returning Elliot to the world of the living. Bionics may be able to do that. The Exodi may be able to do that. Through the means of necromancy and the sacrifice of another, she knows it's possible, but it's by no means easy to be able to get the reagents she needs to do it, and it does require the sacrifice of a life. A hostile one won't sit still long enough for her to reduce their soul into a usable reagent, but a unwitting, innocent one, that's a different story, and a path that Dusk does not want to walk yet. And so, for now, Legionnaires, I ask you all, if you have enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. As for now, I have been Rycon, you have all been awesome, and until next time, stay tuned.